If you want to start coloring wigs but you have no idea what to buy, I am about to save you hundreds of dollars in mistakes. This is the exact beginner colorist kit that I use on every single wig. Because I know what it's like to stay at a beauty supply website with 400 products and you have no clue what to buy. I have colored hundreds of wigs and a lot of clients have paid me over $1,000 for a single color. And every single thing I use comes from this list. Some of these products may surprise you because they are cheap and basic, but they actually work. I am going to break this down into 4 categories: your chemicals, your color, your tools, and your aftercare. By the end of this video, you're going to know exactly what to buy and nothing you don't need. Let's start with the foundation, your developer, and your bleach. These are the 2 things you cannot color without. And this is where most beginners mess up. They buy 1 developer and they think that's enough. It is not enough. You actually need 3. You need a 7 volume developer, you need a 20 volume developer, and you need a 30 volume developer. And here's why. Your 7 volume is for toning and depositing. You can also lift with the 7 volume depending on the quality of the hair. It is gentle, low lift, and it also pushes color into the hair very slightly. Then you have your 20 volume developer. This is a workhorse and this is a developer you're going to be using quite often. You will use the 20 volume most of the time for lifting your virgin hair or your raw hair to a desired shade level. And your 30 volume is when you need that extra lift on stubborn hair or when you want to get to a level very quickly and fast. Sometimes I use a 40 volume for when I just want to lift using a developer only on a black hair and maybe lift it to a level 3, 4, 5. Then that's when I probably pick up a 40 volume. But I would rather not pick up a 40 volume as well. I would rather work with the 30 volume. And if I need to go back in again, then I'll do this in 2 steps with the 30 volume developer. Now that you've got your developer, but developers don't do anything if there's nothing to mix it with. So let me show you the bleach powder that I use often that I absolutely love. For bleach powder, I use the Blonde Me bleach powder. It can lift to 9 levels. And when it says 9 levels, it means that if you use the right amount of developer and the right amount of bleach, you can actually lift that hair to 9 levels in just one go. I love it because it lifts clean, it's quite smooth, and also there isn't a lot of particles when you're using it. I do use mask all the time when I'm coloring, but I'm just trying to explain to you that this is not as harsh as you would find other bleach powders. Here's something you may not know as a beginner. Do not mix all your bleach in one go, especially in a warm temperature. The bleach will swell. You start getting like a bubblish feeling. This doesn't help saturate the hair as much. And when you're not able to saturate the hair properly, you may end up getting patches. So the best thing to do is mix as you go. I love to use 30 gram first. When I'm done with 30 gram, I mix another 30 gram until I'm done with my bleach process. Now, here's the part that intimidates most people: choosing your shades. There are hundreds of shades out there and sometimes it can feel overwhelming. But you don't need hundreds, you don't even need 20. I am about to give you just 4 shades that will cover probably 80% of the color that you ever want to create as a beginner. These are Wella Cold Stone Perfect shades. You can actually supplement these shades with a different brand. And the reason why I like to use Wella to teach is because it's easily accessible everywhere in the world. And also the numbering system has been used by a lot of brands, which means that once you understand the numbering system of Cold Stone, you won't actually struggle to create a lot of colors using other brands. Also, something that you need to note is that Wella Cold Stone are actually permanent shades, which means that they would open up the cuticles and deposit the color into the hair, which means the color is going to last longer. However, you're not able to wash it off because it's actually permanent. But Cold Stone also offer like a demi-permanent version, which is Color Touch, and the numbering system of the Wella Cold Stone itself is very similar to the Color Touch. So if you want to maybe swap this with demi-permanent toner, you can definitely do that. The first shade is 7/7. This is like a deep warm brown color. This color is gorgeous for like low light and creating depth in your hair. I actually have 8/7 here, which is the same family but just a shade lighter. Does the same job, but as a beginner, I'll prefer that you use 7/7 to create depth and warmth into the hair. It's just a beautiful, gorgeous chocolate color. The next one is a 8/3. This is a gorgeous, warm golden blonde color. It's your go-to to create a warm honey blonde color, like a deep golden blonde color. The reason why I love 8/3 in my kits is because it's just an amazing shade for mixing other colors with and creating gorgeous color. The next one is my 10/03. Please note, it's not 10/3, it's 10/03. I used to make these mistakes a lot as a beginner. eyeliner until I realized that they're actually different tones. This is a light natural blonde color with a hint of warmth in it. So you have the level, which is a 10 level. Then you have 0, which is natural, but then there's a hint of warmth. So this, you have like your primary depth is the first number that you see, which on here is a neutral, like 0 is like neutral balanced color. And then you have 3, which is your golden tone. Because is a second number on here, it means that it's just a hint of it and it's not literally going to dominate your tone. Unlike your 8/3, which is basically 8 is your level, and then you have your primary tone now, which is 3, which means that the entire tone of this color is going to give you a proper warmth of golden tone in your hair, unlike this one, which is going to be a hint. I love to have this in my kits. It's essential for like high level lifts that I need to add warmth in, or maybe if I'm dealing with a 613, then I need to add warmth in that 613 hair. The next one is 5/0. This is a pure natural light brown. No warmth, no cool, just a clean brown color. I love to use 5/0 for my root shadows and my deeper tones. Although I don't have 5/0 at the moment because I just run out of it. But this here is 6/0. It's still in the same family, but this just is a lighter version of 5/0. So it means that it's a level higher than 5/0. Now you may be asking, why these 4 colors specifically? Because within these colors you can actually create warm blonde, honey tone, chocolate brown, dimensional highlight, root shadow, and natural brunettes. You don't need 15 shades as a beginner. You need 4 that works together. Once you've mastered these 4 shades, then you can go on to expand your collection. But having the right chemicals and the right color means nothing if you don't have the right tools to actually apply them. Unfortunately, this is where a lot of beginners try to cut corners. These are the essential tools you need, and I'm not going to try and overcomplicate this tool. First, we need bowls and your brushes. The reason why you need 2 different bowls is if you're dealing with your low light and you're dealing with your highlight color. You want to be able to have 2 different colors as well so that you don't mix color up. You also need 2 brushes minimum. This one is my framer brushes. You need a packed brush. This packs a lot of products on the hair. I like to buy this in different sets and I like to have them in different colors as well. And here I have something I call the precision brush, and it's also short that it's easy to do like my detailing when I need to. You need your measuring scale and you need your whisk. Your measuring scale is important because you actually have to measure what you're doing. When you're bleaching, when you're toning, you need to be able to measure accurately to get the best result. Also, don't try and cut costs when it comes to your measuring scale. We have your whisk. I like to use the whisk because it helps me mix my products properly. I like to get this one from Salon Services. You can also get it from Sally's, I believe. They're quite strong and they can mix your bleach properly as well as your formula. This one is where a lot of you try to cut corners, and these are your sectioning clips. I cannot believe how much I have spent wasting money on cheap sectioning clips that I buy from the beauty supply store because it's affordable. If you invest in a very good, strong sectioning clips, your entire system will thank you. Every time I section, there's not a good grip or it keeps falling off. I decide to invest in one that is a little bit more expensive. I believe Framer have an option as well. So depending on what you can find, just try and invest in a much more expensive clip and you're going to understand what I mean. I am going to do the combs next. I have my tail comb here, which is very essential for sectioning. And then I have my tease comb here. This can also work as a tail comb for me. So most times I may not reach out for this, especially if I'm working on a tease job. I love this brand. It's called Pro Tip. It's really good. I've tried a lot of brands. I find that this gives me the good amount of tease when I am literally working my hair. You can also tease with this, but I actually prefer using this exact brand. It's called Pro Tip. The next one is your gloves. I always buy my gloves from Costco. It comes in like a box of 2, very affordable. You need a lot of gloves. I would advise you to buy in bulk if you're going to color a lot because you're going to be using them really fast. Also, they come in different sizes, so make sure you're buying your size. I also like to buy the non-latex one from Costco. The next one is foils. I use foils from Costco as well. I'm going to put a clip here so that you see that in use. I like to buy these bigger ones. I don't like to buy the framer ones or the ones that you pull out because they're just expensive. But if you're a beginner and you don't want to go through different steps, you can just buy those pull-up ones on the framer ones. I'm going to put one up on the screen here. They come in different sizes. You can buy those just to ease you into coloring. Another thing that I always use, I love to use my apron. Apron is very important for me. I have gone through so many outfits just because I wasn't wearing apron. Learn from my mistakes. Just get yourself an apron. very affordable. You can get from Amazon as well. Just make sure that it's a waterproof one so that whilst you're working and maybe you spill anything, it doesn't seep through your outfit. Another thing that you may overlook, and honestly, it just saves lives, is this tube squeezer. I love to use a tube squeezer to get all the products out. I don't actually like this particular one, so I'm not going to say the brand. The reason why I don't like it is because it's too chunky. I've had other ones that are slimmer and they get more products out, but I bought loads of this from Amazon and now I have to use them. I'm stuck with them. So I'm hoping they all go missing so that I can buy another one. But when you're buying, just make sure that you have a thinner end here so that when it goes into here, it can help you squeeze out more product. So now you've got everything to color a wig, but we're not done yet. Because what you do after coloring a wig is just as important as the color itself. 3 products is all you need when it comes to caring for your colored wigs. And the reason why I'm not going to dive into too much product that specifically deals with colored wigs is because I want you to be able to have products that you can actually use for other wigs as well that are non-colored. The first one is my shampoo. Now, Tresemme is a shampoo that gets really overlooked, and in all of my time of creating wigs and creating colors, the Tresemme Moisture has been a very good contender for me. So I will say this is a product that you can use on your virgin hair, on your raw hair, on your colored hair, without feeling like your hair is going to dry up. There are different types of Tresemme and I've tried a lot of versions, but the version that I will stick to is the one that says Rich Moisture. Once you color a wig, you've taken out a lot of moisture from the hair. And the reason why I like to use this is once I lather it, I feel moisture back into the hair. It also comes with its own conditioner, which you can use and you can get. However, I prefer to use Cosmo Deep Moisture Conditioner. I just like this better. I feel like once I use this, I don't actually have to go in with a mask as much as I need to when I use the conditioner. This is a really good product. It runs out so fast because I always lather my hair in this product to ensure that it gets moisture back. And then if you feel like your hair is not getting as much moisture, so I try to put moisture in the hair as much as I can. So when I use my conditioner and I wash it off, I use this mask and I leave the hair in a mask for maybe an hour just to get moisture back in the hair before rinsing the entire thing off. Okay. That was a lot. I hope you got to the end. I am so excited to tell you it's day 12 out of 100. Thank you so much for sticking with me. Thank you for being here and I'll see you tomorrow.